redeploying its SCVs. This is a new ability in Starcraft 2 that allows the Terrans to rapidly redeploy their forces on the battlefield. There's some buildings here you may recognize. We've got our factory in order to build our vehicles. We've got our barracks that allows us to create our infantry. And there's some add-ons here that you may not recognize. We've got our tech lab, which allows you to purchase advanced technologies for your infantry. And we've also got a nuclear reactor, which effectively gives this barracks an additional build queue, doubling its production capability. Now, what's special about these add-ons, it's a little different from the original StarCraft, is they're interchangeable. Not only from building to building, like these barracks, but I can also lift off this barracks and land its factory in its place. And once it's in position, this factory has all the advantages of that tech lab. It can purchase all kinds of vehicle upgrades, and I can purchase all of the advanced vehicles from that factory. Now, base defense are still very important to the Terrans. We've got our bunkers here, which you can see, which we'll go ahead and load up with our Marines. In addition to our bunkers, the Terrans also have a new base defense. They have a sensor tower, which they can upgrade into a radar tower. And this radar tower allows the Terrans to detect enemy forces moving in the fog of war. This allows the Terrans to have advanced knowledge of enemy movements, to detect enemy ambushes, and to redeploy to meet new enemy threats. Now, the battlecruiser is back for the Terrans in Starcraft 2, and you can upgrade each battlecruiser to have its own special mega weapon. The Yamato cannon remains a popular choice. It allows the battlecruiser to do significant damage to single enemy targets. Another choice allows you to upgrade the battlecruiser to have plasma torpedoes. This does significant damage over a wide area against ground targets. There's a lot of battle cruisers approaching our base there. We're going to need to bring in our Vikings. This is a new tactical fighter. Fires 2 missiles that's very effective at dealing with enemy capital ships. The Viking also has a special assault mode. He can morph himself into a ground unit to engage enemy forces from the ground, and this gives the Viking a lot of tactical flexibility. You can imagine all of the different ways you might use this on the battlefield. You can use it to avoid enemy aircraft fire, or you can use it to make sudden and surprise attacks on enemy bases. So we're going to take our Vikings and we're going to fly north here and look for the enemy base, and once we found it, we're going to morph into our ground form and continue the battle on the ground. Well, the Viking is a very flexible unit. It's very vulnerable to a counterattack from a dedicated anti-ground unit like the siege tank. Vikings just can't stand up to that kind of firepower, and we're going to have to lift off in order to escape. To deal with that many siege tanks, we're going to continue the attack from the air. This is the Banshee. It's a new Terran gunship. It fires a barrage of rockets at enemy ground targets.
We copy. Sir, down, sir. We copy.
Now, the Banshee has no air-to-air capabilities, but it can be extremely dangerous against units like these siege tanks that can't really get away or return fire. Now these Marines do represent a bit of a threat, so we're going to cloak our Banshees and move away, and these Marines are going to foolishly cluster up, which is exactly what you don't want to do against the area effect attack of the Banshee.